All right, how's everybody doing? Today we are going to be talking about bunting in softball, when to do it, how to do it, and just about everything you need to know about it. So first I want to explain what a bunt is if you don't know what it is. A bunt is when the batter, instead of doing a full swing after the pitcher pitches it, they're actually going to square up their shoulders and gently tap the ball down the left side or the right side, third base side or first base side. And the benefits of doing this, the one that we're specifically talking about today, is the sacrifice bunt. And the sacrifice bunt is when the hitter performs a bunt, but it's when there's a runner already on base, usually with 1 out or 0 outs, most of the time with 0 outs. And say the runner's on first base, and when the hitter bunts it, they are thrown out at first, but the runner at first advances to second, and that's why it's a sacrifice. They're sacrificing their at-bat. The reason you would want to do this, and I don't know if you guys saw these stats on my Weebly page, but a runner at second is, I believe, scores 44% of the time with 1 out or fewer. It obviously goes higher with the fewer amount of outs. And then a runner at second, I think, is 56% is 56% higher likely to score from second than they would be just standing at first. So it's a play that it can be used for a lot of reasons, but most of it is just to try to get runs on the board. And obviously, you guys know in softball it's hard to come by runs, so everyone counts, and sacrifice bunting is a way that you can really get the runs across home plate. So another cool thing about sacrifice bunt is, say I go up to my at bat and I strike out. That means I am now 0 for 1, and my batting average would be 0. If you perform a sacrifice bunt, it actually doesn't count against you. It doesn't count for you, but it doesn't count against you. So I would still be 0 for 0 as if I had never had an at bat. That's awesome. But let's go ahead and get into it. The correct grip and everything like that. I posted pictures on the Weebly, but we're going to go ahead and do it right now. The first step we're going to do is we're going to slide our top hand. For me, it's my right. For lefties, it would be your left. We're going to slide our top hand to the middle of the bat, right around here. Then we're going to move our left hand up just a little bit, maybe like 3-4 inches. But what we're going to do with our top hand is, instead of holding it like this, and when we're bunting, the ball can come and hit our hand, and that is very hurty, does not feel good, and you actually will not get to go to first base because your hand is a part of the bat. We're going to use the pinch technique. So go ahead and use these 2 fingers. We're not going to pinch at the top of it. We're going to do it about right there. So rest the bat on your index finger bended like that, and we're going to have it like this. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about are the ABCs of bunting. This is something that I came up with. I think it helps a lot. So the first one is going to be align your hips and your shoulders to the pitcher. The reason we want to do this, we also want to have our knees bent. The reason we want to do this, so we can see the ball a little bit better. All right, we see the ball a little bit better, and we can see it to the bat. The next one is B, and the B is going to be barrel slightly up. We don't want the barrel down, because when the ball comes, you have a very high likelihood of popping it up, and if they catch it, you're still out. So we want to get the ball on the ground. That's the first big thing of making contact. So we want the barrel up. The C stands for catch the ball on the bat. So when you're bunting, you don't want to jab. You more so want to catch the ball. So when the ball is coming, we're gentle with it. We lay it down and we get it to where we want. So you don't obviously catch the ball with the bat. That would be impossible. But I want you to think about doing that. So in the activities that I get to talk about later, maybe try to catch the ball with the bat. Okay, and then for aiming a bunt, it's pretty simple, honestly. So one thing I wanted you to keep in mind is never ever jab at the ball like this. We want to catch it, obviously, but the way we do in bunting is we have our knees slightly bent. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Nope, it's not looking like it. We have our knees slightly bent, and then if it's a low pitch, we drop down. If it's a high pitch, we drop up, but our arms are staying in the same spot. But if we want to bunt to the third base side for our righty, which is our left side, what we're gonna do is we're gonna push our right hand forward and our left hand closer to us. That creates an angle to the third base side. First base side, same thing. And that's it. So yeah, for activities that I want you guys to try at home, the first one is probably the only one that I'm going to demonstrate today, but it's just simple, rallying the ball with your bat. This is going to help with hand-eye coordination. It's similar to what we do in tennis. Might be a little more tough. I don't have a softball, so I'm going to do baseball. You can do this with a tennis ball, softball, baseball, ping pong ball. I would say the bigger, probably the easier, but this is what we're going to do. Oops, whoops. You're going to try to see how many you can get in a row. All right, I'm doing like 2. All right, I think I got 10 right there, so go Dogs, just for old time's sake. But yeah, try that at home. The other one is going to be just having a friend toss to you and trying to get 5 down the left side, 5 down the right side. But I don't have any friends, so too bad. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go get your bunts down. Although they are not the coolest thing to do in baseball, they can definitely win you some, or softball, they can definitely win you some games, so enjoy.